Grandpa, tell me a story.
Well, it was back in the year 1845, 26, 74, 25, 91, 4, 23, 44. And Grandpa, he was flying a spaceship throughout the galaxy, fighting off space pirates, saving beautiful women, fighting giant green men with 5 arms, 6 legs, 8 penises, and a tongue. He had his trusty lightsaber in one hand and his trusty other lightsaber in the other hand, and just in case the lightsabers didn't work, he had 5 blasters, 3 grenades, and a whole fucking lot of ammunition. Because sometimes those bastards didn't want to go down. So, Grandpa was out exploring the final frontier, helping Teddy Roosevelt beat the Spanish and Machu Picchu and conquering a giant tarantula that looked kind of like Barry White with a fucking piano. Who the fuck? Why was there a giant space tarantula? Grandpa doesn't know. Why are you asking Grandpa these things? Anyways, he's out conquering the final frontier when you know what happened? Clean out of the blue came Adolf Hitler. And Grandpa played him in a game of checkers for the devil's soul. And Grandpa won that game, and Adolf Hitler gave Grandpa the devil's soul. So Grandpa took the devil's soul and he put it in a big old box that he kept under his couch. And he kept that soul under his couch for damn near 50 years, till one day Grandpa was making a sandwich in the kitchen. And it wasn't just a regular sandwich. It was a sandwich with ham and turkey and beef. You know that sliced beef you get at the deli that's been like roasted? What does they call that? Yeah, the roasted beef. Yeah, what do they call the roasted beef? They don't call it roasted beef, you retard. It's got a name. Fuck you. Anyways, he was making, it was the greatest sandwich. It had like lettuce and it was a good sandwich. It was the bestest sandwich in the whole wide world. Grandpa was eating his sandwich and he sat down to watch the NFL. Now this was back before the NFL was the modern NFL. They didn't let no black people play in the NFL. Or Chinese people, or women, or men who looked like women, or women who looked like men, or black people. Grandpa ever tell you the story about the time he played in the NFL? It was back in 1985 when Grandpa was a black man. He was jogging along the street being chased by a Klansman when all of a sudden this football guy came up and said, "You run pretty fast there, young man." And Grandpa was like, "I ain't young, I'm 76. And he goes, "Well, you run really fast for someone who's 76. And Grandpa was like, "Well, thank you. I eat peanuts every day. And carrots. I just get them into my body any way I can." But anyways, Grandpa was getting the carrots into his body any way he could when a young woman walked up on him in the most peculiar position Grandpa was ever in. He had a carrot in his mouth and a carrot up his ass. When this young thing walked up on him, she was the most gorgeous woman Grandpa had ever seen. And Grandpa knew she was checking him out because she stopped and was just aghast at the greatness that was Grandpa. And it wasn't until 10 years later that I met back up with her and she put on a lot of weight and looked kind of like a man by then, but Grandpa was glad as hell that he hadn't married her. So he wrote that story, Friends with Benefits, and now it's being starred in by that Mila Kunis girl and the Justin Timberlake. And that's it, so go the fuck away, you little bastards.